Hi everybody, it's David Fleming here from the Toronto Realty blog, and welcome to this week's Pick 5. Now I'm coming to you here, purple t-shirt and minus 12 weather and all, with more great news about the real estate market if you're a seller. Every single week we meet here, you and I, we talk about just how nuts the Toronto real estate market is. Nothing's changed since this time last week. In fact, if anything, it's gotten even crazier. Seriously, it is so hard to do a deal in this market. Now, let me give you an anecdote, okay? Last night, only 21 offers on a listing. I actually got it for less than the highest bidder. I know that sounds like BS, right? Not entirely. The highest bidder was an investor whose agent divulged that they were running around buying up everything. And the sellers were so incredibly turned off by it that they just said, we don't want to sell to him. And we actually got it. We're the second highest offer. We did have to come up, but there was a pretty decent gap. I'll just tell you, it was $28,000. $28,000 gap between us and that other offer. And the sellers, their daughter is engaged to the listing agent, right? And they had their wedding postponed by COVID. And my clients had their wedding postponed by COVID, right? Feel good story, right? They wanted someone that would cherish the house and not the agent who, when asked to change the closing date, yelled and said, we've bought 14 houses this year with a 90-day closing, and we are going to buy this one. And, you know, the listing agent was just really turned off. Anyway, so that's the feel good, but that's what has to happen. You know, I buttered that agent up, basically talked to him 3 times a day, every day, for 5 days in order to get on the good side, and it worked, but that was 21 offers. Okay, I also lost yesterday on a house and 30 offers. So that was the good news, you know, in terms of the deals that we're doing. Oh, a deal that a lot of you are probably interested in from last week, a deal that I talked about, which is still ongoing for these. I've yet to tie these up. I'm in the second week of negotiations over these 3 1924 Champs Cigarette PSA graded hockey cards. I'm trying to package it with a bigger deal, okay? He's got a 1933 Ace Bailey O-Peachy. Trying to put all that together. Anyways, that was last week's deal. Let's move on to this week. So, another property I talked about. Let's take a look at the screen here, please. So the price is not posted yet. This is 18 Sororan. Can we highlight this? 999. What is that? 999. Is that a price? Not really. It's actually kind of nothing, because our offer was for $1,550,000. We were not successful. Forget the list price. This thing needs work. Do you want to see the inside of the house? Was this in Pick 5 last week? I can't remember. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was in Pick 5. So it's probably selling for over $1.6 million. So that was one of the unsuccessful deals. But did I mention these 3 hockey cards? Did I mention these 3? Look at them. Beautiful. Beautiful. They were in cigarette packs. Okay? That's why, if for those of you who don't know, and yes, I'm going to tell you, why do we start putting cards in cigarette packs? It's because cigarettes were so brittle, and the packaging they were in, they'd be in your pocket and they would twist, and your cigarettes would crumple. So they started sliding a piece of cardboard in there. And then to compete, they started putting a picture on there, right? Picture cards. So some of the first cards in the 1800s, they put, like, you know, women on them or animals or what have you. And then someone said, why don't we put pictures of baseball players on there? Okay, 1886, see that right there? Okay, that's one of the first ever issues. Hold on, is it 1882? I'm gonna figure this out later. Right now I'm just pointing with my finger. But that's when cards started appearing in packs. And so if we could go back, please, to my 1924 Champs, those are in mint condition. Okay, only one of them is an 8 near mint, but they're beautiful. Anyways, so that was, yes. So, okay, this thing we believe sold for $1.6 million. That's fine. What about these ones? Let's take a look at these ones, shall we? 93 Marlowe. I was offered this property off market for $1,375,000. Sent it to a client. Client said, it's not our bag. And I don't blame them. Okay, it's not. The point is, it was on market at $1,149,000. It sold for $1,550,000. So some people may or may not like hearing that on either side of it. What, you know, woulda, coulda, shoulda. I took clients through here, different clients, and they said they hated the street. Okay, they said it looks like every single house is the same. They all look like barns. Right now, if you want to look at Little Fern, there was 2 ferns. Little Fern, $1,199,000, sold for $1,702,000. No bigs, right? $500K over list. Now this was worth about $1,500,000 till 304 Garden Ave, sold, which I showed you a couple weeks ago. And last but not least, Jesus. Okay, we made a bully offer on this last week in the 1.9s. It sold for 2.2. I thought it was a $2 million house. Anyways, so guys, that's what's happening in the market right now. And this week we want to talk about condo townhouses. We always talk about condo townhouses. It's almost so boring. But bear with me. Sometimes in the past I've talked about them because people like them. A lot of people are looking at them, or maybe I just didn't have a topic that week. What I'm talking about this week is condo townhouses for the purpose of asking, are condo townhouses the new freehold alternative? The whole alternative thing is funny because on the one hand, people refer to a house as a condo alternative. Shouldn't it be like the other way around? Like the alternative is like, yeah, but if you can't afford this. I mean, a house as a condo alternative. I'd rather have a house. Most people would rather have a house. So you're like, this is a condo alternative? Yes, alternatively to living in something inferior, you may live in this. I think the actual way that the phrase should work is by saying that these condo townhouses are freehold alternatives. So what has happened in the condo townhouse market so far this year? Absolute explosion. The properties I'm going to show you today demonstrate that. Before I walk through some of the comps, within this, probably by the time we get to property 2 or 3, I'm going to show you what's happened in the condo townhouse market. But I can say I've got a couple of clients that bought condo towns last year. My God, honestly, they're up 100 grand at least, right? You don't believe me? Let's take a look. So we'll go to our map here, and I'm going to show you right across the city. Okay, we zoom out. Okay, so we've got way out here, right, at the Islington Go. We've got down here in Norseman. We've got a couple up here which are in a similar area, but I want to examine them. And then we've got one down here in King West. So why don't we start here with our friend at 26 Fieldway. So you can tell from the photo itself, we'll go right into that. It's a modern build, right? The blue brick. This reminds me of a lot of the townhouses in the city center. I'm going to say Euclid, Manning, you know, that block north of Dundas, for example. So we like the build. There's also some of these that are around Eglinton and Dufferin that I don't like, right? It really, really depends on the layout. And I took clients in. They ended up buying a house, my God. They got it for 1.2. It's probably worth 1.3 now. Literally a month. And I took them to see some condo towns up at Eglinton and Dufferin, and I was like, this is terrible. I would never let you buy this for any reason. Literally the living dining kitchen was the size of my desk. So it all depends on the layout, right? Nice little block. First shot is the stairs. What are you going to do? So my big beef in these things is exactly this, right? Living, dining, kitchen. Now, at least this one has an island, and it feels like maybe the kitchen is actually its own little room. Where you get into trouble is where your couch is like right here. And so from a layout perspective, this isn't as big as we would like, but again, we're kind of constrained by price. So you've got a real living. You're kind of doing bar stool situation here for dining. I don't know that you've got the room, right, to be able to actually fit in the dining table. But look, you're literally looking out on the street at someone's house. That's why I've always liked this area. Okay. So it's tight, right? Yeah. There's your dining table. So again, depends on the price point, right? What is this? $600,000, $700,000, $800,000? It's peanuts. So we go upstairs, we've got 2 bedrooms. And up here, usually the 2 bedrooms feel like one, and they're separated by a sheet of drywall, right? That's the bed in the room. So let's just go back here, okay? Not a huge room. But again, if you have an unlimited budget, maybe we're talking a different story. Okay, so second bedroom, right? It's kind of confusing. They put these rolled up towels for some reason on both beds. Bathroom, decent upgrades, right? A lot of towels happening here. That's the shot. Going up the stairs, then upstairs, a lot of times you expect to have a den up here, or sometimes even a family room. Upstairs here, we're going to have a hot water tank and a furnace, and then we're going to walk out to a deck. Very nice. Very nice. And again, I'll show you exactly what this is. I mentioned you can see houses, and I'll tell you why that's important for me. There's a photo of the Frigidaire for some. God knows why. So within the Norseman Heights area, right, these are all houses. And when you go along Van Dusen, right, and you get all the way to the end here, there's a lot of townhouses. Hold on. I'm in the wrong spot. No, I'm not in the wrong spot. Where are my townhouses? There they are. See, down here? Massive block of townhouses. So, I mean, that feels like a little subdivision. I showed clients there. Oh my God. You know those kids that just say things like this 9-year-old kid's playing outside? He goes, "What are you doing here?" I was like, "Oh, I'm a real estate agent. I'm going to show a house." "Is it yours?" "No, it belongs to someone else." "I know it does, because I know Jimmy who lives there. I knew it didn't belong to you. I was just asking to make sure that you're not a stranger." Shouldn't you go eat some candy, young boy? Anyway, so that's like its own little subdivision. What I like about the ones on Fieldway, right? They face these houses, right? And yeah, they kind of back onto the train tracks, not kind of, they do. But it's not like it is downtown where it's just incredibly busy. I like the fact that this faces houses and it's kind of like the one photo was kind of sunny. Oh my God, I can hear through the wall. Kristen Bosley's like doing a seminar or something. Where were we here? Yeah, right? Sunny little shot. I like that. Anyways, so we're $699. We're 2 bed, 2 bath. I could have led with that, I suppose. We're 900-ish square feet, low fees. You have to pay all your own utilities. The taxes are not included. You know what'd be interesting is to buy this place and then sue for this here. Be like, I want you to pay my taxes every year for as long as I live here because they are not included because taxes aren't included anywhere. So they're $699 and they have an offer date, February 18th at 6 p.m. Everything has an offer date. So what is this going to sell for? If you're like me, you're 5'11" and named Dave. If you're like me, you're looking at this $699 and you're saying this is way too low. Well, let's look at the comps, okay? So these are 2 bedrooms and you can kind of see 2019, right? The appreciation, 585, 574, 685, right? Market explodes. Market explodes. And then 700, and then 693, 638. Now that's a smaller one. You can tell by the maintenance fees. 691, 705, 740, 715. So 740 last year, 715 in October, a couple weeks later. It's been a real finicky market. But look, right? This is the same unit. It's the exact same unit. They're all the same. So if you've got comps at 715, 740, 705 last fall, now we're going to say, what is this thing going to go for? Based on where the market is right now, I think this has $800,000 upside. Okay? Not guaranteed. I wouldn't pay it. I'm just saying. That is where the condo townhouse market is right now. Because we were looking at condo townhouses and we were saying, are these the alternative to freehold? So if someone said to me, I'm looking for a house for $800,000, I would say, I know some people you should speak to. Get in their time machine, go back in time to when you can actually afford that. Yeah, I know. Okay, but, right, $800,000 for freehold. It's not happening. So if you were to say, well, I can't afford that and I don't want to live in a high rise, here's a 2 bed, 2 bath. It's on a nice sunny street. It's a residential area. I can get into it. That's why I think that has an $800,000 upside. Now, again, there's absolutely nothing to justify that price. The comps are saying 740 last fall. Prices are actually down on paper, but don't underestimate how crazy this market is, especially for condo townhouses. Okay, next one here. Okay, so the next one, guys, is Merchant Lane. We hear this name a lot, Merchant Lane. Where is this? There are a lot of townhouses in and around this area. Bloor, okay? You have Decoven Mews over here, which we're going to show you in a minute. You've got Merchant Lane. If you zoom in, you've got Ruttan. And then, if you like, you can see Wallace over here. You've got Elsie Lane over here. And then, how far are we? Where's Lansdowne? Right up here, if I zoom in, you can see Foundry. Take my word for it. Okay? Take my word for it. Where are the streets? They're not showing up. I don't like you. So you have Foundry over there, right? Okay, so the property itself, bear with me. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. 3 bedrooms. Huh. Okay. Living, dining, kitchen. Bathroom and bedroom on the second. Master on the third. 3rd bedroom on the upper. Give me a minute while I process that. Is this like a 7-story townhouse? Now, I'm not knocking this because I have a comparable listing, which I'm going to show you next. I don't like featuring my own properties in Pick 5. But sometimes the situation calls for it. We've been watching this one, and I will tell you there's a preemptive offer that was presenting on Wednesday morning. By the time you see this, it will have sold. We've been watching this because on paper it's a 3 bed, 2 bath, and it's between 1,200 and 1,399 square feet. It seems comparable to ours. But I'm going to show you something. This is their dining. It's a table against the wall. This is a pocket kitchen. And then you've got your living. So you have a living, dining, kitchen, right? You walk in off the main. Some people think that's great, right? And they're like, I don't care. I don't need a set of stairs to walk up to. Just keep in mind the layout, right? Then we're going to go upstairs. Come on. Let's go. Couch. Let's go. Book. Flowers. Then you go upstairs. What is this? What is this? This is a hall. It's got a shed. It's got a cowskin chaise, right? So what's happening here? That's a bedroom, and that's nothing. That's a den. That's an office. That's a hallway. That's an open space. Then we're going to go upstairs. Come on. Okay, that's the bedroom. Bedroom. Come on. How many damn photos do we need of this thing? Here you go. That's your second bedroom. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Sur le background. 12 years of French, and that's what I've got. That's a staircase. Yeah, qu'est-ce que c'est? Staircase. So hold on a second. I'm just a real estate agent, not a rocket scientist. Do you have to walk through the bedroom to get up to the next level? Yeah. You know, when I was a kid and I went to sleep, no one ever came into my room to walk up a flight of stairs. So what's actually happening here is you've got a bedroom where the kid's bedroom was, and then that weird little hallway. Then you walk upstairs to this situation where you have yet another set of stairs, right, that walk up to this, which is the third bedroom, but it's not a bedroom because there's no bed, and it's not a bedroom, and there's no bathroom. So it's a weird one, man. And again, look, I'm sorry. If you're the owner and you're watching this, like, I'm not sorry. You know, I'm not wrong. Okay, I'm just pointing things out. This is a pen, right? Someone's been, oh, how could you say that's, it's what's it called? Facts. It's a fact that there's a staircase in that bedroom. So I'm not being a jerk. I'm just pointing something out. In fact, I would say I'm actually being nice, because if I had a client for this and I would say, do you want a staircase in your bedroom? Right? That's called being nice, right? Not being a salesperson, right? So, okay. So yeah, it's not really a 3-bedroom. It's kind of a weird sort of 1-bedroom plus 2 landings plus whatever the heck that thing is. So I don't know what to make of this, because it's an incredible space, right? See the CN Tower, right? Here's the floor plans. Let me show you. That was the foyer. Okay? And the staircase goes up this way. So on the main, remember I said you walk in and there's a staircase? There is, but not to the living space. On the main, you've got your living and dining and kitchen. Then upstairs, you have this hall. And then you have that kid's bedroom, right? Then upstairs, you have the primary bedroom. I have to get used to saying that, right? But you walk up and you walk through said primary bedroom, up another flight of stairs to what is called a loft, and did not have a bed, but they're calling it a bedroom. For all intents and purposes, this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, where one of the bedrooms you have to walk through to get upstairs. So what is this going to sell for? The last one of these sold for $885. When did it sell for $885? 2 weeks ago. $885 listed at $799. $900? I wish that this thing had sold. I wish, because I could show you. This is going to sell for a stupid price. $885 2 weeks ago. This is worth $885. Now, if shares of stock can go up and down in an instant, in a second, how can a share of stock, how can $8 a share, and then 4 minutes later it's at $8.40 a share? It's the same company, right? It's a market, and products trade. This is a $885,000 property that I think will end up selling above $925. Okay, so now let's move on to mine. So I'm inherently biased. I will tell you that Ruttan is around the corner, right? Let's take a look at the map, okay? This is Merchant Lane, this is Ruttan. The difference here is in the layouts. So let's go to the floor plans. Okay, so main floor. Oh, someone's being really loud and it's frustrating me. Okay, so, right, okay, so you walk in here, yep, okay. So living, dining, kitchen, then you've got a bedroom here, right? Upstairs, you've got 2 bedrooms. And then upstairs, I'm going to remove this. Sorry, I'm very sorry. It's supposed to say family, but we didn't do the floor plans. So we're not calling this a 4-bedroom, don't worry, but this is a family room. So same rooftop deck, right? Up here, this is a family room. If we were calling this a bedroom like the other one, we would be a 4-bedroom. We also don't have an awkward hall like the other one. And then we also don't have a staircase in the bedroom like the other one. So yes, I'm obviously biased, but you know, I think it's totally fair. So again, 3-bed, 2-bath. Take a look at the photos here. So I mean, you walk in with the stairs right there. Some people like the fact that it's not right at ground level. People can't see you inside your place. And we've got what I think is a really nicely laid out kitchen, living, dining. Sorry, I did that backwards. Living, dining, kitchen. Now, the first one I showed you, there was a small glass table pushed against the wall. This is a 6-person table, right? Nicely upgraded, nice floors. They look kind of. This is before we had the cleaning. Okay. And so nice big living. Again, big dining. It's a 6-person table. I think it's better. Definitely shows better. Bedroom. and then upstairs. So once we get upstairs, we have bedroom 1, that's the master, has the ensuite, double closets, and then at the other end of the hall, that's bathroom, the other end of the hall is bedroom 2. So we've now seen 3 bedrooms, and they're not all on the same floor because it's not a house, right? You're never going to have 3 bedrooms on the same level. Then when we walk up, we have this family room. Call it a family room, call it a den, call it an office, call it whatever you want. It is not being called a bedroom, or this would be a 4-bedroom, and it is an open space where you can have a couch, or you can have a workspace, or you can have whatever you want. But the space here is far better, and it's far better laid out. There's the terrace. Okay, so, and the lights went off. That always happens. So let's just talk briefly, and then they went on, which is really weird. Let's just talk briefly about what was happening in this market. So I'm going to show you, that's merchant, we'll get rid of that. I'm going to show you 21 Ruttan Unit 240. This sold for $975 last fall. And then the market dropped. But what's ended up happening now is absolutely wild, because this was $975, and then we had these 2 sales. These 2 sales changed everything in the market for condo townhouses. This was listed at $835 and sold for $1.1 million. 2-bed, 2-bath, right? Same-ish square footage. And it sold for $1.1 million. Now, the one thing that it did have that was a little different was this, where you walk in, and again, like, you know, whatever you want for layout, it had this, okay? And then upstairs, it has the very small living, which is basically a hallway, and dining. So $1.1 million. Now, this model, without this, was selling last fall. Remember I said I had a couple of clients bought, selling for $900,000. $1.1 million. So then last week on Wallace, $1,070,000. This is the exact same floor plan as my client's place right here. Okay, so here we are. We were worth $975. Now comparable one sells for $1,070. So where is Wallace in relation to Ruttan? Wallace is up here. It's like 1 year newer, closer to the train, further from the subway, and then you've got down here, right? This is Ruttan. So let me just zoom out. Here's Wallace. Here's Ruttan. So what does Ruttan have? There's a pool here, right? If you've got kids or not, or it's out of COVID. It's closer to Bloor, literally steps, closer to Bloor Go. Wallace is maybe a little bit newer. So I think Ruttan's a better location. I think it's got better amenities. This Wallace might have had some things that the other one didn't, right? But look, it's the identical floor plan. It's identical floor plan, right? Bedroom at the back, right? The one thing that they have these hardwood. So again, we go back to our friend here on Ruttan. What's it going to go for? It's my listing, so I'm not going to speculate. But that is what's been happening in the condo townhouse market. So Merchant Lane, not the same layout. Again, sorry, not sorry, not a good layout. But it's going to get a crazy price because of what's happening over here. So we've done Ruttan. Let's move on to a traditional townhouse unit in King West, and here we are with 39 Shank. So from a location standpoint, the people that want to be in a house downtown, want to be in that condo alternative, right? This is not in Liberty Village. This is your East Liberty, Western Battery Road, Pirandello. And then up here, you get some on Massey, down here on Caniff, right? This is part of Douro is part of this condo complex here. So you've got 1029 King, 954 King, no, hold on, 1029 King. That's the DNA building. Okay, I've lost my bearings here. So all around here are condo townhouses. So different builders, different condominium corps. You've really got to know the difference. So 39 Shank, 2-bed, 2-bath. This is actually a decent space. Look here, 1062 square foot. Elevator access. 3 walkouts to your own balcony plus upper terrace. Okay, this thing's looking pretty good. Now, for a long time, these things were not getting a ton of love. They're making a massive comeback. People don't love this, right? The look of it feels kind of ghetto, right? Okay, not your front door. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, it is. I actually meant to say, anyways, forget it. Okay, so again, inside, my concern is always the space for living dining. So that's your couch. That's your dining. It's a great layout. You have to walk through here, however, right? The staircase is over here. You have to walk through here. So I've seen this layout a lot. I have seen people flip it where you have the living here and dining here because you spend more time in your living. I don't love that. I think it is what it is. You're going to have always and forever, the one couch across from the TV. Oh my God, I was wrong again, David. I've seen this a million times where here's the staircase. I'm thinking on Dundas, you know, like Florence Weil, Florence Loring, I don't know, Florence Nightingale. The ones that are at Dundas, south of Dundas, west of Broadview, they named them after some ladies. Kay McPherson, Florence Weil Lane, and Frances Loring. Holy crap, that's a tongue twister. Anyways, okay, so we're going up the staircase here, which I much prefer. So I do like this layout. And I think this is a great unit. Is that a Chris Bibby fridge magnet? I think it is. It is a Chris Bibby fridge magnet. Why didn't they list with Chris Bibby? I don't know. Okay, so then you've got... This is tenanted. Okay. I just gave it away. I was going to say, why is it available? Holy jeez, like enough already. Okay, so we go upstairs. A lot of stuff. Tenants have more stuff, I believe. Okay, lots of books. My Grishams. And there we go. Master bedroom. A roll top desk. That's cool. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I would love to wear an ascot and literally dip a feather into a quill. Who has a quill? A quill of ink, and write a letter in handwriting, which they don't teach anymore. And like, so polite. People in the 1800s were so polite and racist. So that doesn't make sense. Yeah, they were so polite, except to like half the population. So that doesn't really make sense. But you know, like if you were asking someone out, you go to the father, you'd be like, "Sir, I require your permission to write letters to your daughter." You had to ask permission to write letters. Now they're like, "Hey, yo, girl, this be me sexting." I'm old. Anyways, okay, so yes, life was a lot better back then when everyone died of scurvy and lived until 40 and everyone was racist and hated each other. So yes, a roll top desk. See what it does to the psyche? So bathroom with an awful shower curtain. Definitely not staging hand towels. And then here you're just full of good, right? Another weird old piece. I guess there was a deal on antique roll top desks. All right. Okay. Let's get this over with. I need to get this over with. Can we get out of here, please? Oh, geez, Louise. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here's the rub with this one. Are you ready? Can we highlight this? Tenant must be assumed till, not until, November 31st, 2021. There's two problems with this. Can you please put that up big? Okay. I have two problems with this. First of all, that's a long way away. You know, that's like 9 months. Second of all, there is no November 31st. What are you going to do? You have to assume the tenant until forever. God, November 31st. Oh, man. I can't figure out why the deal didn't close, Your Honor. We had everything figured out, except we were scheduled to close on a date that did not exist. Anyways, so even if it said November 30th, I'm literally spitting everywhere. I just thought that was so funny. I've had a rough morning, man. I needed that laugh. So yeah, November 31st. Even if there was no November 31st, and it was November 30th in the listing, it's still a long time, right? So you are looking for yourself. You want to move into this place. You're pregnant. You're new to the city. Your lease is up, whatever it is. It's real tough to say, yes, I will take on a tenant for 9 months. And it was actually 10 because this thing was on the market earlier this month. Okay, last but not least, because this is getting a little bit long, I'm going to show you 22 Edward Horton Crescent. I thought it was Tim Horton earlier, and I couldn't find the darn listing. This is where we start to say, is this really a condo townhouse? Like, this is a house, okay? Just humor me and look at this photo. So, if you saw this here, and you didn't know where we were or that this is pick 5, you might think that this is a new development up in Maple, Ontario, right? Near Canada's Wonderland. You drive around, you're like, wow, the value up there is incredible. I can't believe I can get this thing for $800,000. Maple, Ontario, right? Or maybe this is in some subdivision of Markham or something. But it's not. It's actually over at Bloor and Islington. So that's what I mean. Is this really a condo townhouse now? I mean, okay, cool, right? We're basically right smack dab in the middle of the West End. Is that what you want to call this? Like, Okay, here's Bloor West, right? Here's Kingsway. Kingsway's west. Are we getting too far? Yeah, Mississauga's on the other side of the 427. But again, I mean, here's your GO train, and here's your subway, and here's your main artery down here. So location's amazing. And this thing is unbelievable. It's a 3-bed, +1, 4-bath. There's 3 parking spaces. There's a garage, right? And so I'll show you there's 1 parking here in the garage and then 2 here. But like, damn, Gina. What the hell did I just say? Martin Lawrence, I believe, from the 90s. Damn, Gina. I never watched that show. But then inside is beautiful, right? Finishes are really nice. The staging's great. This is relatively new. This is basically a house. Unbelievable. So again, for the people that are like looking, oh, I had this conversation with someone yesterday. Yes, he was talking about moving out of Bathurst, and then he said he wanted to buy a house for $1.3 million. $1.3 million freehold market. I mean, I showed you Marlow earlier, right? Look at this. If this was a freehold house over near Marlow, $2.5 million? No, like a detached. 3-bed +1, 4-bath, new, I don't know, 1.9, right? So here you are down at Bloor and Islington. This thing's unbelievable. Looking at your neighbors, I get it. They all do. So if you were to compare this, let's say, to the ones that I was talking about on Van Dusen, similar, but these are newer, right? You don't like the broadloom, whatever. Get over it, man. Unbelievable. It's huge. Cheaped out, didn't stage that. Yeah, okay, you know what? The broadloom's getting to me. Yeah, because it's ugly, right? Like, I like carpet. And then some people are like, oh, I can see all my neighbors. Like, what do you want for $1.2 million? Okay, so here's the downstairs, right? I think they're calling this the +1. They should have painted this. Yeah, this is looking tired. You have a backyard. I'm going to send this to a few people. I'm going to start selling in here. You heard it here first. I'm going to start putting people in this complex. I've only shown in here once. So there's your +1 and a rec, right? That's your backyard. This thing's awesome. I'm going to go back to that in case we glossed over it, which is my fault. That's your rec, right? This isn't the bedroom, which I mistakenly said because I talk too fast. I literally, my mouth can't keep up with my mind. And then that's the extra bedroom. And you've got a bathroom to service it. Backyard. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. 3-bed +1, 4-bath. 2-piece in the main. You have 2 bathrooms upstairs, right? You and the kids. And then you got a 4-piece downstairs. Living, dining, other. That's the little balcony. Kitchen, breakfast. Breakfast nook, 2, right? Master, second, third. And they're all together. Remember when I said you're not going to find 3 bedrooms on the same level? I meant with the typical condo towns. This is anything but typical. Then downstairs you have a rec, and you have an extra bedroom, and you have the extra bathroom. So look here, guys. Offers to be reviewed on February 16th, Tuesday, so they haven't updated it clearly. So they're holding back offers. Now, we're at $1,198,000. The last sale, guys, is $1,155,000 for this 3 + 1 and 4. So again, if we could go back, and you want to just look at the 3 + 1 and 4, $1,099,000, $1,040,000. Same unit. Weird. $1,014,000. Ooh, prices are dropping. $1,265,000. Hello, Gov. Right? $1,020,000. And then you're here $1,155,000. A lot of fluctuation here, right? A lot of fluctuation. But $1,155,000 is exactly the same unit, right? And if we're just going to look at this one here, right? And you can see if you're way ahead of me, the square footage is different, but it's basically the same thing, right? 4th bedroom, media downstairs. It's the same thing. This is $1,155,000 in December. $1,155,000 in December. Now we're $1,188,000 holding back. Higher price point might still get 1, 2, right? $50,000. Let me do some quick math there. 3%, right? $50,000 divided by, what do we say, 115? No, it's 4.5, 4.6%, something like that. So from December, yeah, that's substantial. But the other ones are going up literally $100,000 in a month or 2. So, I mean, I think this go to $1,250,000. I'd be shocked if it sold for more. And that's kind of the funny part because within the core, right? And you might not see a big difference here, but I do. Rattan, Merchant Lane, Wallace, they're right off the subway line. This to a lot of people is way further out. It feels like the suburbs. So there's not a huge difference. If this is $1,220,000 and Wallace was $1,070,000, that's a $150,000 difference. These are not getting the massive premiums that the other ones are. Anyway, so I absolutely love this. I have a board with names on it. I'm old school, right? Write names on a freaking whiteboard. If I have anyone for this, I would definitely bring them into it. But I do have a couple people thinking longer term into the spring, have to sell condos first, that I think this would be absolutely perfect for. Anyways, guys, that was so long. I apologize, and you're welcome. The market's nuts, and I think it's going to stay nuts. I think every time we meet here on Thursdays in Pick 5, I will give you some different version of the exact same thing, which is that there is just not enough inventory out there. Buyers are going absolutely crazy, as are we agents. It's been a grind, but it was a short week. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.